On this week's show, we travel to New Paris, Indiana, and revisit Travel-Lite Campers, a second-generation company whose truck campers are well-known and well-respected throughout the country. Also, we always get a lot of feedback when we cover RV rallies, especially vintage RV rallies. This week, we step back in time, so to say, and look back at one of the more popular vintage rallies we covered up in Oregon. These stories and more, plus our Bedford Smart Tow 2 contest coming up on this week's Rollin On TV. Closed and Spanish captioning, where available, is sponsored by Jayco. At Jayco, we've been making family dreams come true since 1968. This week, we focus in on truck campers and zero in on Travel-Lite Campers. Located in New Paris, Indiana, the company has been building truck campers since 1998, and in the past few years has also added a line of light travel trailers. We met with Dustin Johns, the company's president and CEO, and he filled us in on his family-run company and product lines.
The company started in 1998. My father, Larry Johns, and a couple other individuals started building truck campers. And they started with high-end truck campers at first and found that it was a little bit tougher to get going. And then after a little while, they transitioned into the lighter weight, more affordable truck campers, and that's when things really started to take off. Well, I got started in 2002. It was the first time I worked for Travel-Lite. Actually, I had just left college, and my father's old school, so he put me into the plant, and I worked in the plant for 6 months doing, I did 3 different jobs, from building floors to setting roofs, and also running electrical through the sidewalls. So he told me, if you're ever going to be a good sales guy, you need to know the product inside and out. So basically I worked in the factory with everybody else, building the product, learning about the product before I even stepped foot in the office.
Dustin's father also handed down the philosophy that the company lives by each and every unit and always take the safe road.
Our philosophy from the beginning, and it was stemmed from my dad, was that exact thing, which is to overbuild, if anything. We don't like taking warranty calls. No one wants to take a call from an upset customer, and the best way to prevent that is to build it right the first time. And it might cost a little more money, it might take a little more time, but that's just been our ethics since we started this thing. And he's passed that down through me. Always take the safe road.
The company builds a complete range of truck campers, starting with its new small 625 Superlite right up to the luxurious Illusion. And its trailer line starts with the entry-level Express to its sleek, middle-of-the-line, award-winning Idea, right up to the top-of-the-line Cobblestone. Needless to say, the company is proud of its product lineup, as they should be. Not only are they building strong, well-built campers, but they have also managed to find some very unique ways to save weight, like Banach wood.
We started using Banach wood, which is from South America. It's dried longer and it's not free. It's quite a bit rarer than the wood that you see normally at like a Menards, for example. We do use grade A lumber in some of the campers that need a thicker base, but on our super lights, such as the Ideas, Cobblestones in the travel trailers, and then the 770 series, 690s, 625s, which is a new floor plan we're doing, all use Banach wood. And what happens with that is it only weighs 60% of what regular wood would weigh, but it does cost quite a bit more, so we have to always decide how we're going to go about it as a business plan. But with truck campers, being that they sit on the truck, they have, the weight is of mass importance, and people really pay attention to that a lot more than they do even in towables. So we've ended up really diving into the half-ton market, getting units in that 1,200, 1,300, 1,400 pound range that can be towed by pretty much any half-ton truck comfortably. And that really helped us out in growing the half-ton market truck campers.
Coming up, we'll continue our interview with Dustin and look at what goes into building Travel-Lite Campers. But first, a word from our sponsors.
Bedford's tough new Titan sewer hose is virtually uncrushable. Ever had your sewer hose run over by an RV? Watch Titan bounce back. Titan hose is made of Bedford's proprietary blend of TPE and provides the highest degree of puncture and abrasion resistance. It has an easy-to-grip fitting for a leak-free connection to RV outlets. A rotating elbow easily aligns and allows a convenient connection and straighter flow. Titan provides more for your money and is another innovation from Bedford, the RV sanitation leader.
When you have a Truma AquaGo instant hot water system, you can expect to make a lot of new friends. Along with saving weight using banana wood, Dustin explains other weight-saving methods they use in the production of their units.
We offer aluminum-sided campers as a standard, which weighs generally 10% less than the fiberglass option, which is also available. And by 10%, I don't mean 10% just for that material. I mean 10% is the overall weight difference. So a 1,300-pound unit with fiberglass weighs roughly 1,430 pounds. And so that one option, which several brands now have went all to fiberglass exteriors, by simply staying aluminum, we're able to be 10% lighter than them right off the bat. Then you add in the banana, and all of a sudden we're significantly lighter.
While touring the facility, I couldn't help but notice the large fiberglass department and the extent to which Travel-Lite goes into building its flawless fiberglass components, which, needless to say, Dustin is very proud of.
The countertops that we do are very unique. I get a smile on my face when you mention it because we make them in-house. We have our own fiberglass shop here. I have 6 full-time fiberglass employees, and we mold them per unit. So we'll put together a design, we'll test it out, we'll prototype it, and then once it's dialed in, then we have the fiberglass team come in and we design a fiberglass countertop just for that unit with rounded edges, raised up rear end backsplashes, to where it's perfect for that unit, and then we can produce them whenever we need to build more of those units. We have speckle in the countertop and make it look like stone. We even have some that have gold flake in them, and we can really customize them to the flavor of the time. We can adjust it with the flow of the design that's popular at the time, or whatever we feel like we want to do. Like on the Illusion high-end truck campers we have a metallic front end cap. We do that all in-house. Really sets it off on the showroom floor. When the sun hits it, it really pops. And I love the customization. I love the uniqueness of our fiberglass work and our countertops, which, getting back to the original question, is significantly lighter than a normal laminate countertop, which is made out of OSB board, which is full of resin. It's very heavy. Our stuff's very light.
Another item that stood out to us was the thickness and insulation in the floor area of their units. I guess that goes along with the philosophy of overbuilding and family pride in their products.
We put a immense amount of insulation in the floors. It's actually called a sandwich insulated floor. We use a 2x2 framework of lumber, grade A lumber floor for a really strong foundation. And then we put a 3/8 inch paneling above that. And then we put a 1.5 inch solid foam insulation, and then 5/8 inch decking on top of that. And that even goes for small units where the floor is only 7.5 feet long. So it's not a very big box. So with that said, it makes for just an insanely strong floor. I'm not going to name any names, but there's a couple brands that have stickers on the inside: do not camp in this truck camper while off the truck. We have never said anything like that. Please camp off of them off the truck. Do whatever you want to do, because our floors are plenty strong for however many people you can fit inside of it.
And the roof, well, that's overbuilt also.
Everything has a bow truss rafter, which has a 3.5 inch crown to it. Now what that lets us do is add extra insulation into the roof, and also adds a lot of strength. A crown is the strongest architectural shape. The Romans found that out. It also is good for structural for campers because it makes all of the water from rain or snow melt off to the sides, and then we have rain gutters, and then they runs out to rain spouts, which pushes all the water away from your unit so it doesn't go down into your windows.
A few years ago, Travel-Lite decided to start building travel trailers, as Dustin goes on to explain.
We decided to get into the trailer business actually in 2012. When other companies were struggling in 08 and 09, we were actually having profitable years because with the truck campers, there's just a consistent market for people that need to have some sort of camping trailer or some sort of camper in general, but they want to pull a boat, they have a horse trailer, you know, an antique car trailers, many different things like that, but they want access to their hitch, but they want a camper. So it was really consistent in 08 and 09 for us, a little slower than normal, but not that bad. And so we ended up, when the economy started trickling back, 2010, 2011, just slowly coming back a little bit, we had some really strong years. And then it put us in a really good position in 2012. And we looked at it for a long time. And we finally had the idea concept, which really put it over the top for us. And so we launched it and debuted it at the RVIA show in Louisville that winter. And we ended up winning Best of Show in the lightweight trailer division with it. And it just went from there. And now we actually offer 3 completely different price points, different amenity level trailers. We have the Express, which is our entry level aluminum trailer. And then we have the Idea, which is our original one, which we're going in our 4th year of doing. And then we're doing the Cobblestone, which is a fully loaded, right from the factory, no optional equipment necessary. It just comes with everything right off the bat. So we give our customers 3 different choices as far as price points are concerned. In our Express model, we offer the smallest one we do is a 14-foot unit, which weighs 1,730 pounds, and it gives you everything you need for a weekend trip. Something where 4 adults can comfortably sit at the dinette. It has a huge dinette and a big table that goes along with it to play cards. It's all wrapped in windows. It gives you a shower. We can option in a bunch of different things that you want, but it's so light that you can really tow just about anything that has a hitch installed on it. And then it goes all the way to an 18-footer, which has a front island queen bed and a rear shower. So we have the line spread out, and the really unique unit that we have is a 16-foot toy hauler with an 8-foot garage in the back, which can hold 2 dirt bikes, a fully sized like Harley style bike, or a quad. And that thing's taken off like wildfire. I'm actually a little surprised at how quickly it's selling. It's very unique in the marketplace at the price point that it's at, and it weighs 2,100 pounds. So once again, it's very light and flexible for the customer. And you can option in showers and big awnings and whatever else that you want for your needs.
As we mentioned earlier, Travel-Lite is a family-owned and operated company. And the one thing Dustin believes in is family values and the personal service everyone gets when you deal with the company. For an in-depth look at each of the Travel-Lite campers and trailers mentioned on the show, visit our website at RollingOnTV.com. Coming up after the break, we'll step back in time and check out some great vintage RVs. But first, a word from our sponsors. At Jayco, we're a lot more than just an RV manufacturer. We're all about family. And we've been making family dreams come true since 1968. To see our complete product line and find your nearest Jayco dealer, visit us online at jayco.com or just log on to RollingOnTV.com. At Norcoal, we realize that some of your favorite RV destinations are off the grid. And Norcoal refrigerators are uniquely designed with that RV experience in mind. We call it Freedom Unplugged. To learn more about our Norcoal RV refrigerator line or to find a dealer near you, visit our website at norcoal.com.
Vintage trailers and RVs are growing in popularity these days. We're here at Fort Stevens State Park in beautiful Northwest Oregon at a rally put on by the Rowland Oldies Vintage Trailer Club. Well, it's hard to say exactly what the appeal is of these older RVs. But as my friend Chris Heemer, the technical director for Trailer Life magazine, phrased it so eloquently, there's something serious missing from a lot of today's newer models, and that is charm. And when it comes to charm, these old guys have got it in buckets. Let's take a look around and we'll show you what we mean.
Okay, Rowland Oldies Vintage Trailers is actually not a club, it's a group. And we have approximately 5,000 members on Facebook. We do have 500 members. This is a rally, one of our rallies of 6 at Fort Stevens. It's a lot of fun. I mean, it's a family oriented. It's not just for retired people like us. We have a lot of kids in the group, a lot of families, and we usually try and pick state parks because they're a little bit more friendly. We do have a rally at Riverbend, which we buy out, and Riverbend is near Sweet Home, Oregon, near Foster Dam, and we have approximately 70 sites that we put vintage trailers into. To be a participant in our group, the trailer has to be 1980 or older. It can be a retro, which means that if it's made to the basic design of past trailers, or it can be a homemade trailer. In other words, if somebody took a frame and built it up with the same design, we do allow those in. We do take teardrops in, we do take motorhomes in. In fact, we're gaining a few motorhomes into our group. And we have several people that have done restorations from the frame up.
This is Flight Camp's very first trailer that they've ever restored. It's a 1963 Silver Strake Sabre, 17 foot. And Flight Camp found it in a field sunk to its axle. And they had pulled it out of the field and restored it. We bought it, we've had it like 4.5 years and we love it. And this event, we're embracing the flamingo and we're camping with Rowland Oldies. The trailer on the inside is all original equipment, except there's a new fridge which has had the old panel from the original refrigerator that just slipped right in there. It's got the original turquoise stove, refrigerator, and it's got all original upholstery, and we really like that. It's in perfect condition, and we just love it to death.
This is a 1954 Aloha travel trailer. She's partially restored. She has original interior. She's 13 feet long. 1954 is the original date of production, so she is as old as they come. And she's built in Aloha, Oregon. They're made super sturdy to withstand the Pacific Northwest weather. We love to bring our family out and camp, and we've always loved vintage trailers and vintage anything, clothes, music, everything, furniture. So it kind of mixes all that together for our family, and it's just a great family thing for us to do.
This is a 66 Kinskill trailer. It was manufactured in Sun Valley, California, sold in Portland, and briefly took a tour to Idaho and back, and it's Oregon licensed. It's just a great trailer, a little heavy, as the earlier trailers were, but we bought it without any special work that needed to be done. It's all original on the inside. Turquoise is the color, so it's got turquoise appliances and all. All I've done is paint it the original color, which was faded, add a little bit of diamond sheeting to the front to protect for rock chips, and I painted the wheels and put the plastic chrome on them just to sort of highlight it. It's a great trailer, we just love it, it's our regular camper.
We'll be back for a look at more classic RVs right after these commercial messages, so stay tuned to Rollin On TV.
At Rollin On TV, we love working with our sponsors, and the one thing we love most is giving stuff away. In this case, the stuff is Bedford's new Smart Tote 2 LX portable holding tank. Now, we're not just giving away one, we're actually giving away 8 of them, one each week for 8 weeks. In case you missed a story we did on this new sophisticated portable tank and how it works, You can watch the story on our website, or there's a video link right on the contest page. The Smart Tote 2 contest starts the week of July 24th, and to enter is simple. Go to our website at RollinOnTV.com, click on the link to the contest page where you'll find all the information about the contest and a simple entry form. Remember, we'll be drawing a winner each week for 8 weeks, and you only have to enter once. So, what are you waiting for? Never run out of propane again. With Level Check, there's no more guesswork. Just run the gauge over the tank, and when the light turns from red to green, you'll know exactly how much propane you have left. It's that simple. Level Check, another great product from Truma. For more information, visit levelcheck.com. For 50 years, Campers Inn RV has been your trusted resource for RV sales, service, and accessories. Now, with 15 locations along the East Coast from New Hampshire to Florida, we'll be giving you that same family-friendly service and be your trusted resource for another 50 years. For information and locations, visit us online at campersinn.com.
Welcome back to Rollin On TV. Let's continue our look at some classic RVs on display at the recent Rowland Oldies rally at Fort Stevens State Park, Oregon.
Okay, the trailer is a 1947 Westwood Coronado built by Westcraft. Flight Camp in Bend, Oregon are the people that did the restoration. Basically from the ground up, they stripped everything out of the inside. All the cabinetry is original, refinished. The only thing that was actually repaired was the tabletop. It did have like a hole in it, not all the way through, just the top layer was ripped out. So they replaced that and fixed it. The stove is a replacement. They had the original 47 in it. We didn't care for it. It looked like a microwave more than a stove. And the refrigerator is original, still works today. They were both painted pink. There was some pink coloring on the top of the trailer. It was basically a green, kind of a washed out green. Had a hole in the very front of it where the Forest Service had put in a wood stove, is our assumption. We don't know that for a fact, but that's what we all assume because it did come from the Forest Service. They had it last, and it was found over by La Pine. We go to 4 or 5 rallies every year, and have since we got the trailer, and I guess when we get it 3 years ago. And we've got 2 more to go to this year, one in Lebanon and one at Shampooey State Park.
So what we have here is a 1966 Lifetime Town & Country Class A motorhome. It's 17 feet long. It's pretty much original other than a previous owner added carpet, which will come back out. We're here at the Rowland Oldies Vintage Trailer Club, Vintage Trailer Rally. This is the only motorized RV here. I found this vehicle on Craigslist in the Boise Craigslist ad. It took about a day to talk my wife into letting me get it. Flew out to Boise, drove it back through Bend, and we live in Sheridan, so we drove it all the way to Sheridan. And it's just been a great little vehicle, gets lots of attention. Everyone, when you drive it in town, everyone looks at it, they smile. We did name it. We had a big contest on on the Facebook page, the Rowland Oldies Facebook page, to name it, and we decided on Rosie because we figured it looked, with the front end, it looked like Rosie, the robot from the Jetsons.
We hope you enjoyed this week's show, and for additional information on anything you saw on the show, along with additional videos and stories, visit our website at RollinOnTV.com. You can also follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook. As usual, this has been another fun production. For the latest up-to-the-minute RV news, visit our media partners at RVbusiness.com.